So this is a really interesting survey. It was done by Bank of America, right?
Exactly, their U.S. Trust Unit, and it was a survey of people who had at least $3 million in investable assets. And what they found were more than half, 52% of women, said they entered their marriage with at the same or more assets than their partner.
Wow. Okay. So tell me a little bit about these women. What did the survey find about these women?
Yeah, so they did find, as I said, that they had financial assets, meaning when they went into the marriage, whether it was from inheritances or their own careers, they were equal to or greater than their male or female counterpart in the marriage. But in terms of pay, only about a third are actually still the primary earner in the household or contributing more money than their spouse.
So there was still, basically there was still a pay gap, though, when it came to their husbands then.
Exactly. So women are now more often wealth creators in their own careers as well as wealth inheritors. So they're coming into marriages with more financial assets, but they're still behind men when it comes to income. And one of the experts that I talked to said one of the reasons for this is that women tend to get promoted later in their careers than men. So they're missing out on the value of compounding. And also they may step out in their careers to have children, and that can set them back.
Now, I'm always fascinated by these surveys and sort of how they find out about the financial behaviors between men and women. So even with women who have quite a bit of money compared to the average American woman, she's doing what with her money?
Yeah, so two of the interesting things I found out of the survey when they asked women was millionaires in general are still sitting on a lot of cash. About 60% of those surveyed had at least 10% in cash, and women are less likely to move it within the next 12 months or 2 to 4 years. So they're comfortable with their allocation of cash compared with men, and they're also more focused on taxes. So about 60% of women said they really look at taxes when investing, whereas men are more likely to go for the higher return and think about the tax later.
But does that put the women back, though, the fact that they have more of their money in cash and they're not investing it in as risky a way as their male counterparts?
I think it can. I mean, it depends on short-term or long-term goals that you have. In the short term, men may be doing better, but in the long haul, women may have more assets to buy a home or something like that. Also, women are tending to be crunched on both sides, so they tend to be the primary caregiver for children, and they also tend to be taking care of parents, so that can be a financial burden on both sides.
All right, Peggy, thank you so much for joining us. Bloomberg News' personal finance reporter, Peggy Collins, on a new survey by Bank of America.